This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Reflections of Evil, a surreal sorta comedy drama from director Damon Packard, made back in 2002. On paper, it's easy to describe as a story in which Julie, a girl who in the 1970s overdosed on PCP and died, is searching for her brother Bob, who is now a grown man selling watches on the streets of Los Angeles while having to contend with unhinged vitriol from others around him, as well as his own physical and mental health issues. In action, though, the movie plays with time and its story far more loosely, becoming an acid trip that warps back and forth through time and space, not only looking at life on the streets of Los Angeles, but also filmmaking and the industry, the nature and manifestations of evil, and the ABC movie of the week. Well, sort of. But yeah, this is a movie that's easy enough to summarize, but only in a way which wouldn't do it justice at all. Almost immediately, the film drops you into its stream of consciousness method of storytelling, building up the world around Bob and putting you directly within his perspective, as ugly as it may be. It does result in a bit of a dragged out and repetitive experience, stopping some action almost entirely to focus on some other random character or an extended outburst, then moving on to something else before doing it all over again. Only on occasion do we get an extended story scene, which is where some of the more interesting ideas come forward, from depictions of counterculture to a young Steven Spielberg at work, with an extended climax literally taking place in the Universal Studios Hollywood theme park. It all may seem disjointed and random, as if the director just wanted to shove everything he could think of into the film, but it somehow not only comes together, but each scene feels essential, even those that I just said were redundant. In a way, the movie is essentially a personal statement reconciling the inspirations of the director's past with the disillusionment of the Hollywood dream, with a few criticisms of Los Angeles and its citizens here and there, though while there is that sort of commentary, it doesn't seem to be the main focal point. If there were a definite focal point, it would probably be the insane visual style going on across the whole film. Unlike the story, it would be easier to just say to watch the movie and experience its chaotic energy firsthand. To begin with, there's a mixture of different sources, from original film and handheld video to old television recordings from the 1970s. They vary wildly in quality and make no attempt to have any consistency, resulting in a film that jumps from one scene to the next with no smooth flow, or in some cases seeming to intentionally avoid such a thing. Coupled with a number of special effects, practical and digital, the movie seems almost made to be as abrasive as possible on the senses, the clearest instance of this being in the editing. If there's anything that gives the movie its frenetic energy and breakneck pacing, it would have to be in how quickly edits either move things along from one scene to the next, or how they manage to pack in so much going on in so little time. Again, it does lead to a pretty chaotic chain of events, and it doesn't quite work out in every instance, and in some cases it only makes things worse, but it does still feel completely consistent within the world that we're given. Overall, chaos is definitely a key description to use, whether it be the film's presentation, the world it's showing off, or the characters themselves. But again, it's an organized sort of chaos that manages to bring all of this together in a way that creates new layers to explore, and is definitely a deeply personal perspective that can only come from someone who's seen it all. Reflections of Evil, Damon Packard, 2002. 4 stars. If you think you can handle it, I'd recommend seeing it. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Yeah, it's not that easy talking about a movie that almost feels like it doesn't want to be talked about. Hopefully I don't get anything else like this in the near future. I mean, unless it's a good movie. Duh.